That's the motor up.
Just a little pretty. That's nice. I like it.
Oh yeah, that
I'm
works.
on that.
Yeah, that's gonna be my new EDC. Hey guys, so do you have that one piece of gear that gets used all the time, but never gets a whole lot of credit for it? That's kind of how I feel about the Shirley. Um, this knife's been my EDC for over 2 years now, and that is the longest I have ever EDC'd one knife. Um, I still have other knives. I've got a Beck Ceramic. I've got some Bark River, Gunny, 3V and all that other stuff. I got my Tops T2, but none of them work as well for me as the Shirley by Origin Knives. So the Shirley design is really kind of special. It was Kevin's first kind of foray into the tracker design to kind of see what it was all about. And as such, it's got his take on what a tracker should be. And as especially like in the quarter round, it's different than what most quarter rounds you see, but highly effective. The grip is also different because instead of doing a full size grip that covers all the way through the palm and out the back, this one is designed to be more compact and to completely fill the hand so that you can use it safely, but it's also easy to carry. And I can attest to that because I carry the Shirley Appendix when I'm riding my motorcycle, or my little moped, uh, whenever I got my backpack on with a hip belt, or like today, I'm getting ready to go to church and my Shirley is on, and I will pretty much forget that I'm wearing it. It's never in the way. And I think that says a lot about the design. So after 2 years, for me, the most comfortable way that I've found to carry the Shirley is appendix. And I'll scroll this down just a little bit there. Yeah. Appendix carry right here. I'm left-handed. And the Shirley rides right here, right behind the belt, and the jeans or shorts or whatever I'm wearing with a 550 cord loop, like that. And for me, it's out of the way. I can actually wear a backpack strap over this. Doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't get in the way of my satchel. If I need the knife out, it's right there. Cut whatever I need. Right back into the Kydex sheath. Works very effectively. So as you guys can see, the Shirley has a very unique design blade, but it's very easy to sharpen, and I'm just going to show you guys how one of the ways that I sharpen the Shirley. My first grip will be on this left-hand side of the edge, and what I'll do is I'll use a little white ceramic rod, and I'll just start skating along and looking at the reflection coming off the edge here. I'm going to try to get this where you guys can see it. I'm looking at the reflection coming off the edge and seeing where that ceramic is making contact. And once I've got that, because it's kind of locked into my hand nice and steady, I can lower it to where I'm actually making contact with the edge. Pull back up. Make sure I know exactly where the ceramic is touching, and then work my way down. And all I'm trying to do, because the blade's in perfect shape, all I'm trying to do is just touch that edge. Come back up and over. Make sure I can see the reflection of exactly where the ceramic is touching. And for this section right here, change it just a little bit. Make sure I can see. Back up. There we go. It doesn't take much. Back up and right over there. Okay, so now that I've got that side done, and how I can tell, I go to the right side and I can feel the burr that I've created. So now I'll switch to that right hand side. And just repeat, come back up along the edge. I'm trying to get this for you guys in the camera, but basically you're wanting to hold the knife as steady as possible. There we go, there you are. And until you're just kind of putting those little light scratches from the ceramic rod exactly where you want that edge to be. There we go. And now we do the same thing right here. Up high, because that way you know you can't do any damage. And just watch and change the angle as you get lower. Just like that. Flip the knife over, feel for the burr. There it is, all the way down. Now you can go a little bit farther with that if you want. We've got some 2000 grit sandpaper that I'm just going to roll along the ceramic rod like that. I'm going to roll this nice and tight, and then make sure that sandpaper is clean. I don't want a bunch of junk on it. Let's hit that left side one more time. And this time I'm just going this direction. Just kind of kissing the edge. Same thing down here. You can do this with any grit, but 2000 is about as fine as I go. Okay, let's switch sides. I'm going to lock the blade right there so I can see what I'm doing. That's the main thing, is you don't want that edge moving on you. Just like that. And there we go. Okay. Not that the knife was dull to begin with. Oh, she did. Oh, yeah. Shaving sharp.
Choose it, don't lose it, don't get confused it. Only then you begun. Feel like, feel like, feel like that. Feel like, feel like, feel like that. Feel like that. Lay your arms around me and stay with me. Feel like that. Lay your arms and stay with me, baby. Feel like that. Lay your arms around me and stay with me. Feel like that. Lay your arms and stay with me, throwing aside. Can't wait to start. You should call the police.
Let's go over some specs here. The Shirley has a 4-inch blade, 5/32 of an inch thick. It's out of B cut stainless steel. Scales are per molly, and the tubing and pins are 3/16 stainless steel. It has a wonderful proper convex swedge here at the top. This is a 90-degree, and it serves a couple different purposes. You can use it to, of course, strike a ferro rod if you want. Use it for scraping. I use it mostly during grip with my thumb forward. If you check the back here, you'll see that it's textured all along the back, around here, a little pinky groove, all on the underside. And guys, I cannot physically feel where the chromoly stops and the steel starts. In 2 years in the jungle, it has not changed. Just as smooth as it ever was. And the texturing goes up into here as well. The sheath covers about this high up. So this section right here is against my hide every day. Isn't that amazing? If that was wood or micarta, it would have swollen and discolored. But it's just the same as when I got it. I am a big fan of the nice sharp point. So useful. Like if you get a splinter, to get a splinter out. I also used it for things like digging out this bone or this antler here to make this shuttle needle. It was this knife that carved that out and that out. Also, this bone needle right here, the rough carving and the hole here was with the Shirley, and then I sanded it afterwards. So I'm a big fan of the point. It's very handy. This forward section here is very, very sharp, and I like that a lot for food prep. Well, I don't ever use my kitchen knives. I just use this. And the handy thing about it is when you're going through, onions or potatoes or meat or whatever, and you're pulling this knife through, well, as you're pulling back, all the material, if the material is bigger than the blade, let's say you got a big onion or something like that, all the material gets cut ahead of time by that quarter round. So it makes food prep, even with large veggies or large chunks of meat, easy. This section here is a little bit thicker and a little bit more heavy duty, and I use that for batoning and splitting stuff, or if I'm cutting into something really, really hard. Speaking of the handle and the handle shape, you guys already know that the boat oil adapter will fit into either one of these holes on either side. Very handy for friction fires. And if you look how this handle is designed, you have one scoop there, bigger one there, third one right there. And what that's for is I can just roll that right here into my grip. Very, very secure. You have that grip, this grip. I use this grip actually a lot. You see where this finger is? If I'm cutting leather or cutting fabric, I have to be precise. I use this a lot. I really enjoy the handle shape on the Shirley. Okay, guys, that is my 2-year review of the Origin Knives Shirley. I cannot recommend it highly enough. It's done everything that I could have asked of an EDC and more. If you want a good, lightweight, compact, tough as nails, sharp as a razor EDC that's well designed, look no further. The Shirley will handle all those tasks. And I hope like the videos and everything kind of showcased some of the stuff that I do with the Shirley and what it's capable of. I don't do a whole lot of carving with the Shirley simply because I enjoy carving with the Woodsman, but I'm going to rectify that here coming up. Anyway, guys, as always, stay safe, take care, and God bless.